Hey everybody, welcome back. And today we're going to be talking about UFO abductions in New York City. So the New York City abduction case where the unexplained comes home, abducted in the city, the New York City UFO abduction case that shocked the experts. All right, here we go. So today we're stepping into a realm that even the most seasoned UFO enthusiasts often approach with caution, the realm of alleged alien abduction. We've explored lights in the sky, strange craft, but what happens when the inexplicable doesn't just fly over our cities, but comes right into our homes? Today we're delving into one of the most compelling and controversial cases in UFO lore, one that took place not in a remote desert or a quiet rural town, but in the heart of the concrete jungle, New York City. We're talking about an alleged alien abduction case that has baffled researchers, fascinated skeptics, and left an undeniable mark on the landscape of UFO phenomena. It's a story that brings the extraordinary unsettlingly close to home. So, the premise of alien abduction and the challenge of New York City. For many, the concept of alien abduction is the stuff of science fiction movies, terrifying, fantastical, and far removed from everyday reality. Yet across the globe, thousands of individuals report incredibly similar experiences: missing time, strange memories, physical anomalies, and encounters with non-human entities. But New York City, a city of millions, with towering buildings, constant noise, and virtually no privacy? How could something so extraordinary, so clandestine, possibly occur within its bustling confines? This very question is what makes the New York City abduction case we're discussing so utterly perplexing and, to some, incredibly compelling. So while there have been multiple scattered reports of strange phenomena in New York City, the most prominent and thoroughly investigated abduction case often refers to the experiences of individuals who have come forward over the years, often under the guidance of UFO researchers and hypnotherapists. So let's take a look at the individuals who are often ordinary New Yorkers, and they've reported a series of increasingly bizarre occurrences in their apartments. It starts subtly: strange noises at night, unexplained power fluctuations, pets behaving erratically, and a growing sense of unease. These were not people who were initially into UFOs or the paranormal. They were just trying to live their lives in the big city. The turning point in these cases almost invariably involves missing time, a period, sometimes hours, sometimes more, that simply vanishes from their memory, leaving a blank space. They might go to bed at a certain hour and wake up feeling disoriented, exhausted, and with a nagging sense that something profound has happened, but they couldn't remember what. It's often during this period of missing time that the alleged abduction takes place. Under hypnotic regression, a technique often used in abduction research to access suppressed memories, the fragmented and often terrifying recollections begin to surface. Witnesses often describe being paralyzed, seeing small, gray-skinned beings with large dark eyes, or taller, mantis-like or reptilian figures. And they recall being transported, often through walls or ceilings, into a spherical room or aboard a craft. They describe being subjected to examination, sometimes invasive, often involving strange instruments. The overwhelming emotion reported is often one of fear, confusion, and a profound sense of violation. What often lends weight to these harrowing accounts are the physical and psychological after effects. Witnesses sometimes report waking up with strange, unexplained marks on their bodies, scoop marks, small punctures, or even triangular bruises that don't match any known injury. In some cases, tiny unexplained metallic objects, dubbed implants, have reportedly been found embedded under the skin, though their origin and purpose remain highly debated and scientifically unconfirmed. Beyond the physical, the psychological toll is immense. Recurring nightmares, anxiety, a sudden onset of phobias, an aversion to certain sounds or lights, and a feeling of being constantly watched are common. Many experiencers report a sudden, intense interest in UFOs and cosmology, or an unexplained feeling of connection to other similar experiencers. It's important to understand how these cases are investigated. Given the nature of repressed memories, many abduction reports rely heavily on hypnotic regression. This technique aims to guide a person back through their memories to retrieve details that might be consciously blocked or forgotten due to trauma. Respected UFO researchers, psychologists, and hypnotherapists have dedicated their careers to carefully interviewing and regressing alleged abductees, looking for consistent patterns, corroborating details, and ruling out conventional explanations. They emphasize that not every missing time event leads to an abduction claim, and great care is taken to avoid leading questions. However, hypnotic regression itself is controversial, with critics arguing that it can lead to false memories or being influenced by the therapist's own biases. This is a crucial point for skeptics who argue that the mind under suggestion can create elaborate fantasies. So what are the conventional explanations for these terrifying experiences, especially in a place like New York City? Sleep paralysis. This is perhaps the most common scientific explanation. During sleep paralysis, a person wakes up but is temporarily unable to move. It is often accompanied by vivid hallucinations, seeing figures, feeling pressures on the chest, hearing strange noises, which can feel incredibly real. Vivid dreams or nightmares. Traumatic or vivid dreams, particularly during periods of stress, can feel incredibly real and leave a lasting impression. Psychological factors. Some psychologists suggest that these experiences could be manifestations of psychological trauma, repressed memories of earthly events, or even stress-induced hallucinations. Manifestations of environmental stimuli. In a noisy city like New York, unfamiliar sounds from traffic, building systems, or even nearby human activity could be misinterpreted as something sinister, especially given the quiet hours of the night. It's important to note that the skeptics don't necessarily call witnesses liars. Rather, they seek logical earthly explanations for extraordinary claims. Despite the skeptical arguments, the consistency of details across thousands of global abduction reports, often from individuals who have no contact with each other, continues to perplex researchers. The sheer emotional intensities of these accounts and the profound, often negative impact they have on the experiencer's life suggests something deeply disturbing has occurred, regardless of its ultimate origin. The New York City abduction case in particular forces us to confront the idea that the extraordinary isn't limited to remote areas. It raises questions about surveillance, privacy, and our place in a potentially populated universe. It's a stark reminder that if something truly other exists, it may not respect our perceived boundaries, even those as robust as the concrete jungle. Whether these are products of the mind, deeply unsettling sleep phenomena, or genuine encounters with non-human intelligence, these stories highlight the limits of our current understanding of consciousness, memory, and the universe around us. So what do you think about the New York City abductions? Do you believe these experiences are genuine encounters? Or can they be explained by more conventional means? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you like this kind of topic, please make a comment and subscribe. I'll speak to you next time.